All right, hey everyone, this is Nate, and this is the Tater channel. Today I'm going to unbox, review, and test out this Tapo security camera. Now, what's really cool about this one is that it actually has two 4K lenses, and that bottom one is motorized, so it can turn around and track things. The other one is also 4K, but it's stationary. And the point of this one is that this is able to capture all types of areas and track them, and it's all in 4K resolution. And the beauty of this one is also it's wire-free. So no power wires needed, no internet wires needed, no Ethernet. So this one uses Wi-Fi, and then it has the solar. So it's all included in this little box. I'm not really gonna do a full unboxing. I'm just gonna show you what's in here. But this one is the Tapo C675D Kit. That's what they call it. And what this one is going to do is I'm gonna put up here in this corner of this monkey bar set, and that's gonna allow it to look that way, but then also I can look that way. So I'm gonna get a massive amount of view. It should be at least 270 degrees of coverage that I'll be able to see in this backyard. So I'll see all of the backyard, all the side yard over to here as well. And it's going to be able to track and record and alert me of any activities that happen. I can set up a spotlight on it. I can set up all kinds of stuff, two-way audio, all that kind of thing. So let me just show you real fast what it does have in here. This is the solar panel that's in this protective sleeve here. And this is able to keep the battery charged all the time. So you'll never have to charge the battery. You just need a little bit of sunlight every day, and it will be able to stay charged up. And if it's raining a few days, that's fine. It has a built-in battery, so it can go for weeks without being charged up as well, if you had to. But in here, I can get this. This is the camera itself here. You can see it's got the little plastic still on it, but this is where you can see the upper unit and the lower unit. There you can see the multiple different lights. Now the red and blue is actually just part of the sticker, but those ones do light up, and that's part of like the alarm feature on it. And the mounting bracket is very adjustable, where it can be either horizontal or a vertical mount on this unit. And now for the solar panel itself, it has its own mount there that just has a little clip on. So the only thing I need to install this is a power screw gun, which I have, and then it has just little screws that go into that. Very simple to install. So let me just do that real fast, and we'll set it up in the app and start testing it out. All right, now there's also a longer cable. I don't know how long it is, probably about 10 feet or so of USB extension cable if you need that for the solar panel. So if you need the solar panel to be many feet away, around a corner or whatever, to get sunlight, you can move it there. But it comes included with that little, like, what is that, 1.5-foot cable that I'm just going to use for mine. So I already have the Tapo app. If you don't, you can obviously download that and install it on your device. Okay, then once you're in the Tapo app, as you can see, I have light switches and plugs and that kind of stuff, but this is the first camera I'm going to add to this system. So I'm just going to go to the top and hit the plus, add device, and both Casa and Tapo devices are now combined under the same app. So this one is going to be an outdoor camera. This was 675D Kit, that's what this one is. So now I need to power it up, which I haven't done yet. I'm gonna press this power button here.
Camera on.
All right, so that appears to do camera on. And then you gotta wait for the LED to blink red and green. So there is an LED light here. Maybe I can show you. It's right here right now, it's just red. I think it is red and green now. It's a little hard to see in the daylight, but click next. Make sure Bluetooth is enabled. You gotta allow the app to do that. Give it permission to find your stuff. All right, looks like it found it, and now it's gonna connect. Now it's looking for Wi-Fi networks. I have a really strong Wi-Fi network. I actually cover all the outside yardage with outdoor APs throughout the property. So I don't have a problem now. I like 5 gigahertz better than 2.4 gigahertz because it gets so crowded and congested.
Wi-Fi connected.
Good, it worked. That wasn't a problem. So now he's gonna name the device. I'm gonna skip the naming, and then what do we wanna, let's go place it there. Okay, so we're gonna just add this to the app here. Okay, that's all it was. I mean, all said and done, it probably took maybe 10 minutes to get this set up, 5 perhaps even. So I don't have an SD card in there, so I'm not gonna do the SD card right now. All right, and this is some of the cool features. So this wheel tracking is certainly something I want. That's going to allow this bottom one to track people when the stationary picks up something, it will go over there and find that. So we'll certainly set that up. And then you can tap to focus. Okay, so cool. So I can tap on the screen and it'll go to that area. All right, there we go. So now it's doing a preview. Obviously it looks very good. Just using my hat right now. I guess I can tilt it down if I need to. Of course, it has lots of information here, what to do, what not to do. Those are all helpful. If you need help, you can read those. You know, it does say 8 feet. I'm probably about maybe 6.5, 7 feet up there, so I'm not quite as high as they would prefer it to be, but that's just the way it's going to be. I've actually already fully charged it. So mine is wall mount. It's kind of pole mount. I guess we'll call it a pole. I don't know if that, oh, this is just going to help for the instructions. So this is really no good for me. This is just going to go through, and so this gives you all the instructions, which I don't read. And then it tells you how to do the solar. Yep, that's good. And then connect it to solar. Yep. All right, so you can kind of see it's grayed out on the screen because it has this update required, but you can see the two views. One, this top view on there is the close-up, that's me, and then you have the wide-angle stationary one up there, and we'll keep messing with that later. But for now, we're going to do this update for it because it's going to give us the latest features. So I always like to update the devices even before I set them up and set the settings, because sometimes they change the setting options. So we'll let it do this update, and then we'll get right back into the settings of how I want to have it work in my specific yard. All right, so now it's set up. You can see that it's working. I have the two lenses here that you can see. They have the wide angle one, which is the stationary one, and then we have the other one that moves. So if I move down over this way, it's going to track me and it's going to find me, and it's going to look at me with that better lens. I can go all the way around this corner here, and it should be able to do that as well. So all the way around this corner, and it can find me. And of course, I can walk further away, and it should be able to keep tracking me throughout the yard. Can go behind the tree, see if it can pick me back up again. Yep, it still finds me. All right, very cool. So now we can go into some of these settings. Now I can do two-way talk and do alarm. Let me just turn the alarm on to see. I'm always curious how loud it is. Not super loud, but I do see those lights were also flashing there. So that would help at least get the attention of someone so that they know that you're watching. We have privacy mode, single view. We can do the tag on and off. All right, so if I go into the settings of the device here, we can obviously set up things like in the detection type. So I can tell it if I want it to have motion detection on or off. Okay, so there's a couple things here. I can have a different level of sensitivity because obviously with it being battery powered, they have it kind of go into sleep mode, and then it will wake up when it detects motion. So you can change that sensitivity here. If I want to have it, because I have a large backyard and I don't have other, like a public sidewalk where there's people there, so I can have this super sensitive. I can do a range test here where I can go out there and see, but for me, I'm just going to make it super sensitive so it picks up anything that's out there, and then we'll do some other settings here as well for it. All right, so there's the auto tracking, so I can tell it to do specific activities. So I'm going to have it track just people, vehicles, and pets, just in case there's something else. So I need to. Okay, those are automatically going to be turned on, so that's fine for detection type. Yep, that looks good. If you don't want pets or if you don't want vehicles detected because there's like a public road there, you can turn off vehicle detection and it will not pick those up as like a activity. It'll just pick up the people or the dogs or whatnot. So that's the detection. All right, so we're going to have the alarm off. The battery status is half charged there. 24/7 capture. You can do this if you have the SD card in there. I do not have it, so I'm not going to set that up. All right, so the 24/7 capture is actually like a time-lapse feature. So I'm going to set that up because I think it's going to be cool, but I think I need an SD card, yes. So I don't have the SD card, so I'm going to go get that so I can enable that. All right, so I'm not going to have patrol mode on. Patrol mode would allow me to have it kind of patrol around every once in a while. I'm going to let it only do the tracking of people. Tap to focus is good. Storage and recording. This is where I need to set up the local recording. Okay, then here you can have infrared mode, which is going to use infrared lights, or you can have that be the spotlights that kick on, which is the full color mode. And you have that setting for both the fixed lens and the pan and tilt lens. You can adjust those separately if you want, one to be black and white and one to be color. You could do that. And then image settings, we're going to do the original. You can change the brightness of it and the temperature of it if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and do the auto exposure because I think that kind of makes sense to do. It's typically a better thing. Detection tag, I actually like the detection tag, and that's where it puts the little blue box around wherever it detects, and I'm going to do the label because I want to see what it's picking up and what it's classified them as. All right, so for the notifications, I'm going to turn off motion in general, but I'm going to allow the people and the pets in the vehicle to stay active. It's just going to help them cut down if there's leaves or something else that it picks up, like sunlight. Sometimes if it were to pick up that and not know it's a person or a vehicle or a pet, I'll have it not notify me just to help reduce it, the number of push notifications that I get. All right, and then here you can see how Tapo is trying to get into the smart home arena, combining with Casa. So you can have leave home, arrive home. These are like routines that you could set up different things where the camera notification could turn on and off based off that, or different settings can change based off a mode that you're in. All right, so I am hiding in a blind zone behind the camera, but if I walk up to the camera over here, where it will find me in sight here by these benches in the top view, it will all of a sudden grab me, and then it will detect me as a person. You can see the notification came right away to my phone, and then it's going to track me and it's going to highlight me. So this is what I like about it. If that bothers you, you can turn that off so you don't see that, but I do like that it does that. And then what it's going to do is going to keep tracking me, and I'm going to try to see if I can hide behind this tree so it loses me on purpose here. And I'm going to see what it does, because what I'm going to do then is I'm going to walk back out and I'm going to show you. Let's see if I don't know how long it takes to give up, or if it gives up, or what it does here. But then I'm going to walk out to the fixed view lens. It looks like it's going to stay there and it's not going to go back. So let me sneak over here and see what happens. If I come up and I all of a sudden, okay, good, I got past that camera and it's going back to the tennis court. But now all of a sudden I'm going to show back up in the fixed lens one. All right, there we go. And it now zips that camera back around. My Wi-Fi dropped out a little bit there for a second, so it had a little pause. But now that motorized camera turns and points at me. What's nice about the motorized one is that it's a zoomed in lens, and so it gives you better clarity of what is there, while the fixed wide view gives you a big backyard view for my case at least. And I can go all the way around. It's actually pretty incredible how far this camera can basically pivot all the way around and backwards. So I can come all the way over here behind these swings, and it actually keeps me in view that whole way. So really cool camera from that standpoint. We're going to test it out a little bit here a couple times. I'll show you some footage of what it records, and I'll have my kids play, and I'm sure my robot mowers will be running around the yard. We'll see if it picks them up, and then we'll do some night tests as well to see how it does. All right, so I've had this camera out there for several days now, and I've been able to test it and whatnot. So I'm going to show you here on my tablet what it looks like if you have this camera and you want to look at the footage or find playback or whatnot. So let me go into that. All right, so the first thing I'm going to show you here is the battery status. This solar panel has been great. It easily stays up with my usage here, and I'm doing, I guess, a more aggressive usage where I do have the 24/7 capture going on all the time. And I have it, detecting all this motion and whatnot and recording that. And I have the duration of the clips to 2 minutes. So you can see it maybe dips down a little bit on some days to like 98%. But otherwise, this thing has been consistently staying fully charged here, without a problem of actually, recording everything. So that's the good news. In here, this is a live feed right now. So you can see it's really good night vision. I have this both set up on infrared for both the top camera and the bottom camera. But as I mentioned before, you can change that to a spotlight if you want to. And what I do like about this is that you can make this bigger or smaller, and you can also change it to a single view. So if you only want to see one camera, you can do that as well, or you can have both of them. Especially for me, because I'm using this camera as a 2 camera system, one point one way, one point the other way. But if you want to see how the playback looks, if I go ahead and playback now, I'm at, it's like 1 a.m. or something, so there's nothing today. But if I click in here and go back to the previous day, this is where you can see what it's doing right now is actually the 24/7 capture. And so this one is basically a time lapse that's going through the time. But I can go to this playlist, and actually we weren't there, so nothing actually happened yesterday. No people or pets came out, but If I go back to the previous day, May 4th here, you can see my daughter, my wife. The daughters ran quickly out past that first camera, and then here's the pet, our little dog, and my wife going out, and they're going out to the tennis course. So this one tracked them, watched them, and what's actually really impressive, it was a windy day, so you hear some wind buffering, but it does a really impressive job of actually picking up the sound of even people that are 20, 30, 40, 50 feet away. So that's kind of cool. But so I can go into here, and you can look at this a couple different ways, which I do like, because I can look at this little time-lapse where I can zoom in here, and I can see the different, and I guess the top camera, there's two separate ones. The top camera sees stuff, you can see that in here. And then you can also just scroll through here, and this is by hour. And then the little icon there, it shows you a person or a pet, or if there was a vehicle in there, it will show you the vehicle icon, and you can click on those individually to see what it found. So this does make it quick and easy, and then you can download. So if you want to download this footage, you can quite easily just hit the three dots on any of the clips you want to download and hit download, and then it will download it for you. So that is very easy. And what I have to say overall, this footage is easy to look at. It's 4K resolution. I think it is 15 frames per second. But otherwise, very clear. I'll put some samples here up on the screen and the full size of the screen. That way you can see what the footage looks like for you for both nighttime footage and daytime footage. But what's really cool about this camera is that it has really nice image quality. It has good sound pickup. It has good person detection. And it is a very simple package. It's easy to work with. It's not for super advanced users. You're not going to have a PoE setup with NVR and all that kind of setup with this one. But if you want a very simple, wire-free, plug-and-play, solar, Wi-Fi camera that you place down there, in just a few minutes you're able to get it functional and working, this is a really good option for that. It only has app. I don't think there's a desktop way to access it, so there are some limitations to it. And some of the there aren't a lot of crazy settings, but that makes it much easier to navigate through this, because you can only do a handful of things. And so far, it can do pretty much everything I wanted it to do as a home user. So I do think it is a good option out there. If you want to buy it, see down below in the video description and the first comment for links for it. And then, of course, if you enjoyed this video, give me that thumbs up button so I can get my Potato Award as the #1 YouTube channel out there. And then, of course, stay tuned for more content like this. And if you have a specific question about this camera or other ones, do just put a comment down below in YouTube and ask me. And what I'm going to do with this camera is this is actually going to be added to my friend's place, where he already has, I think he has maybe 4 cameras, and a couple of them are the dual lens ones. So he has like 6 different lenses already, and this is going to be an additional one. And it works really well as an ecosystem where he has multiple cameras that he can track and gets alerted on, and he really enjoys it. And I think this is a good solution.